First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of you who took action. I think we'll have to do pretty good. This is about 30% of who showed up on the call. I think action taking is pretty good, 30%. Okay. But just to give you an example, for my wife and I, one of the things we've always wanted is match her income on a monthly basis. She does get paid quite a bit for being a nanny, for high paying high income earners, right? We're very blessed for her to have that job, but we want to be able to match that income. That's something we've always wanted to be able to do that, just to have that peace of mind. As you can see, what will that do? It'll give Ampy a chance that she loves what she does. She's really enjoyed the little kids, but at the same time, you show up different when you know that you're there solely for the love, not knowing that you need that income, but it's good to have. And at the same time, to build back our savings, most of you guys know we took a big hit. We took a tax cut, a tax bill that came in for 29K, which wiped out our savings that we built up last year through the six-figure achievement, right? So we want to be able to build that back up. So we're working diligently on that. Never to have to work 18-hour days. That's another reason why I came into digital marketing is I want to be able to enjoy life, to be able to be there with my wife, to be there with the kids, be at their graduation. Now, we're blessed. We're gonna get ready to go to a graduation for my youngest son, right? So we got one more to graduate, which is my daughter. We're blessed to be able to enjoy these moments, knowing that things are gonna be okay. We also want to replace, but not from our sources. We want to be able to do it from the success of digital marketing. So we want to be able to do that because we believe that we want to show people that it is possible. It can be done, right? Not only are we doing it, but can other people do it? And we want to be able to celebrate, right? Give our children the graduation that they've always wanted, of a kid that always want, where money's not an issue. So this is just the beginning. This is some of the why of why we went into the digital marketing. As you can see, this is not a goal. This is things that you want to accomplish that will give you a transformation. So don't mix up the goal or the target and mix up your why. So I'm going to go through some of these real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So let's say we're going here for rich, right? There's a lot of income mentioned, which I understand, right? But describe more the feeling, the transformation, right? What would it feel like for you to be able to replace that income that you missed, right? What are some things you would do when you replace that income? What are some different plans, different courses you would take in terms of direction? Okay. That's more of a emotional situation rather than more of a monetary situation. Okay. And then being able to put things away, savings, building that security or building that savings back up, right? Or replacing some tangible things inside of your household, right? What are some projects you want to complete? Things on your bucket list, places you want to travel, right? Like my wife always wanted to go to Switzerland. So I have to work on certain administration paperwork to be able to go out of the country to be able to be with her instead of just sending her to Switzerland. So those are kind of things that you want to express. Okay. Now let's go here to this was Rahim, right? This is all income, bro. But money is a bypass of the product. What it would feel like to be debt free, never have to go back to debt again. That's more emotional, right? The aftermath. What are some things you want to be able to do with your kids? You got kids, right? Guess what? What about your pops? What are some things you would like to do with your pops? I know your pops means a lot to you. So those are kind of things that you want to put down on paper to remind yourself why you do digital marketing. Okay. Then we're gonna go right here. So we've got Rudy, right? Let me make this a little bigger. Can't really see it. All right. So you want to look at this, right? Again, this is about income, right? But what about that 9 to 5? What about replacing? What would it feel like to replace that income, knowing that when you go to work, you have a backup plan, right? What would that feel like? Or bringing your wife home from work, right? What would it take to do that? Being able to make an online business work. So you want to kind of imagine the emotion behind it, right? Then we have Martha, right? So if we go to Martha, bring that up a little bit, right? You want to be able to, again, think of tangible things. What are some things you would want to do for your husband? What are some things your husband would like to see in terms of success? How would that affect yours and his life? Be able to travel, be able to know that money is not an issue, right? What is the end results? What is the aftermath? You want to be able to do that, okay? And then of course, we want to be able to really express that when you write down your why. You know, this is something that you got to look at every day. Put some time into it. Don't rush into it, right? I know we say pull it the trigger the fastest, right? But I want you to think through this. I want you. This is imagine you picking out your dream house. How would you design it, right? How long would it take you to design the blueprint before you even crack the ground? This is how I want you to think about your why digital marketing. With that being said, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and implementing. You guys know that is my middle name. I will see you. Don't forget to do your newsletters for the webinar. And with that being said, you have a productive day.